What up, GTs? It's your girl Trendy Kara G. If you're feeling groovy though, blessings to you and welcome to my channel. If you're back again, I want to say what up. Put the L's in the air for the loyalty, okay? So listen, y'all, I'm just coming up here real quick just to talk to you guys about distractions and to talk to you guys about going through with it no matter what, right? And so whenever you say, okay, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to better myself, or I'm going to change certain habits in certain ways, right? How there's so many different distractions that will try to come up, that will try to distract you from the main goal, that will try to distract you from doing whatever it is that God has called you to do, right? And I understand, listen, I could testify to that. I could testify to this. Something happens, something come up, now you got to do this, now you got, you know what I'm saying? I understand, but listen, I'm just coming up here to remind you today that God has your back, even whenever you think he doesn't have your back, even whenever you feel like God is not listening, he's not looking at, like, it could be the smallest thing and you like, oh wow, God, like, you be looking out for me. Like, you will see certain things happen or feel certain things and you would just know, like, God got you. Like, that was God. You feel what I'm saying? It's not a coincidence that you wasn't there at that time because something was happening at that time, and this could have happened to you at that time, but you wasn't there at that time because God made sure that you wasn't there at that time, even if you was on your way there at that time. Let's talk about it. Okay, so listen, y'all, I'm just coming up here to remind you that no matter how you may feel, or no matter how you may like view or think of God, that God is always on your side and that he got your back, right? And that you have to actually strive to do better and strive to be better. I know it's hard, I know, but we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. All right, so just believe that God can do these things in your life, and believe that God can do these things for you, and watch and learn and see that God is real, that God is love, that he will pull you out of certain things in certain situations, no matter how deep you may feel like you done gotten into it, because Romans 8:28 says all things work together for the good of those that love the Lord and are called according to a purpose, and according to his purpose. So I know and understand that the enemy might have set that trap. I understand and know that you might have set your own trap. I understand and know that you might have fell off for a little bit and got so deep in the hole that you feel like you can't pull yourself out of it. I'm telling you right now that if you go back to God, that if you let God know that this is it, that I need you and that I can't do it without you, he will pull you out of whatever it feel like, whatever it is that you may feel like you're in. God got you. He loves you. He got your back. So I'm coming up here to challenge you today, right? And not only just to challenge you, but to challenge myself, because before I'm talking to y'all, I talk to myself. So that's just something that we need to understand as well, that before you can speak to anybody or tell anybody, you got to see something that's in you as well, right? So before I challenge y'all, I challenge my own self. I challenge my own self to become more consistent with posting my videos, right? Because when I first started out, I was posting every week and I was consistent, and then, you know, life be life and stuff be going on, and so it's like, okay, I'll post here and there, or maybe I'll do 2 or 3 in that time, but I know that I could have did a little bit more, right? Then I'm going to challenge myself to show up a little bit more than what I have been showing up for, right? Because if we could show up for people, and we could show up for all these other things, and we could show up for work, and we could show up for our business, we could show up for all these things, right? We could show up for God as well, right? We could show up for God, like, because he show up for us. Let's talk about it. He show up for us, so we could show up for him. And so I'm going to challenge myself to show up more for God, right? And I'm going to challenge myself to become more serious about God and about what it is that he's doing in my life than I already am. I could show up a little bit more. So that's just a word for you today, that you have been showing up. Yeah, you've been putting work in. Yeah, you've been doing, but it is some things that you could work on. It is something that you could do a little bit more in rather than that, right? So just go ahead and understand and know and self-evaluate and see what it is that you can work on and what it is that you can challenge yourself and do that. Like, start today. So I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to show up once a week. I'm going to be consistent. And then I'm not really sure how long, but this is something that's like a lifelong thing, right? Because this is the God. When we walking with God, our journey with God, our relationship with God, this isn't something that's like temporary. We're going to do it for this amount of time and then we're going to chill, or we're going to do, you get what I'm saying? No, we're going to be consistent. We're going to show up. We're going to pray. We're going to do all of these things that we need to do in order to keep that relationship with God, right? Change our ways in the whole 9 yards. So long story short, what I'm saying is that whatever it is that you feel like you need to do, then you guys go ahead and do that. You guys go ahead and show up, right? God loves you. God bless you. Go be great today. And also, I'm dropping my birthday content this week. Let's go. Let's grow. God got you. God loves you. Go be great today. Don't let nothing stop you. You elevate and you're growing. You got this. God got you. Romans 8:28. All things work together for the good of those that love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. It ain't too late. God got you. God loves you. Go be great today.